What up, though, Jama? Hello, welcome to Firecrafts, my Kingdom of Tanee, and this is the Aqueduct bridges from the Kingdom of Tanee. Now, if you don't know what an aqueduct is, it is a long bridge that basically carries water. Sometimes they're bridges, sometimes they're just main purposes to carry water. The Romans used they're the most famous for their aqueducts, but the Mayans used the aqueducts, and other civilizations used aqueducts as well. So basically, what I'm doing is taking some engineering principles and just some different principles and making it, work for my kingdom. As you can understand, what this civilization is very, very technology advanced. Okay, they don't show it on the surface, but they can show a little bit of ingenuity. It's a little bit more on the surface than my last kingdom because it was very, very well hidden. But this system is well too. Now these are my rain collectors. I have a rain collector over here on the side of the castle that collects rain that's coming directly off the keep, right, directly off the castle. And then I have my storage unit. So we're gonna go to a deep dive down here. It collects the rain and kind of fills up these big drum-like barrels, kind of like capturing rain off of your gutter system, on your house. And it would fill up in these barrels and, fill up to the top and then just kind of storage, okay? And we'll have these grates on here, these copper grates that do a little filtering when the rain comes down in the first place. And they just kind of keep the big particles out of there. So this whole thing is just basically a water drum that holds a lot of gallons of water. I don't know how many. I'm not an engineer. I'm gonna say that a lot during this video. I'm not an engineer, not a scientist, but I have those concepts in my head. These tubes, these pipes, go all the way down to the filtration system, and they're the way that the water gets into it. Now I'm gonna go in here. The filtration system is built all under here, all under this area right here. So now this is how we get inside. We're going inside the keep, and we're going to go down into the control room. Again, this civilization is much more advanced than it seems on the surface. So, just be prepared. So right here, I have computer systems, I have batteries, I have different things that I've turned into a whole ecosystem control room for my water filtration control room. That's my storage system. I have a pulley system up here. Now this pulley system goes to something else, and I'm going to show you later, but as you can see, it goes all through the ceiling. And then you see my filtration system right there that I just kind of use different blocks and put it together. Okay, so now I'm going to take a closer look at that. I'm going to go to this is kind of like an air lock kind of thing. And we're going to go into the water, close the door. Now, this glowstone right here that's encased in this glass is pretty much the key to the filtration system. It's like a super plant, that kind of filtrates a whole lot of stuff. Then you have your pumps that are feeding into this filtration system. And all of this is purifying the water and adding something to the water that is, special. It makes it clean to drink and safe and everything like that. So you have these little crystallized systems, and I don't know if you can see it, but under here I have the magma blocks which rapidly heat the water, so it kind of brings it to a boil. I have barrels of salt that add to the filtration system, and then it goes into the pumps and just comes down and goes right back out this way. So going out this way, then I have my water wheel that pressurizes it and kind of keeps the flow going. As you can see, it's just a big old pressurized system, or just keeping it flowing. I have my pulley system. That's what I was showing you earlier. The pulley system is what powers the whole thing. Now I got pipes there. Those are the pipes that go all the way up to those big drums, the ones that you saw going in the ground. So that's where the pipes go down, and it lets it out in my filtration system, and then it pumps it and flows it all the way down. You got some glowstone on the side that continues to iodize the stuff. And then I have something else that I'm going to show you. See these pipes on the side. Not only do I capture the water, and the rain in the big rain barrels, but I also capture them in another way. I'm going to show you right now. So on the sides of my thing, as you can see, these little pipes that feed in water right here, I have a system that captures the rain water in another way. So if you go up here, I'm gonna break these blocks, I'll put them back, but let me show you. These pipes go all the way to the roof of this bridge system over here, and I'll show you where it's going to. So I have the roof on here that kind of slides, it's kind of a slick roof. And right here, I capture the rain coming off the roof, and it just keeps providing fresh water, So whenever it rains, it's going to come and collect, and it's going to flow downstream to other parts of my kingdom. And I'm going to show you where it is going in a minute. So it goes all the way from the keep, and we keep going down. And now we're going toward our tower and our barracks area. And then when we get all the way down here, you can see another filtration system. Same filtration system. I just built it, over here basically. But it's the same concept. The salt barrels, and then you have the magma heating up the water and pumping it out, and all of this is providing water to the whole barrack area, just like the other one was providing water to the whole keep area, and just pumping it downriver. So these big pumps and everything like that, that's how we have flowing water in our castles and stuff. Now there's some ice over here that cools the water back off. Again, not a scientist, I don't know the science behind it exactly, but I figure, you heat it up, you cool it off, you let it flow, As I said before, this root, it's a root. Basically, it's a root of the plant that I'm talking about. It's a coral root, basically, that filters out everything. We call it the goddess root. I'm going to put this little filter back up in here because after this video, you probably won't see this anymore. And then we're going to go over here, look at this a little bit more, and get everything straight. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go to the control room now. And as you can see, I have a little air duct, a little air pocket thing over here. And now we go to the second control room, which is over here in this area. So as you can see, I have my little computer areas. I have some books. I have a little control room, kind of same setup as the last one. We have the rooms over here because it's also magic, also a magical kingdom. It's not just the technology, but magic and technology is one in the same in my kingdom. So, throughout the whole empire, it's like the same. So I have my storage systems, I have all of that, I have my books, and basically it's a little alchemy so we can get the water the way we want it. Some batteries, and as you can see, computer systems. So that is the control room that controls all of that. Also controls where it's being pumped out to, so that everything works right. Everything, the bathrooms work right, the showers work right, and everything like that. And back, if you know about medieval times, they didn't have that back in the day either. They didn't have all of that stuff. So it's a whole thing. So now we're gonna kick it off into the next part, and we're gonna go on this journey, go all the way down these aqueducts, and we kind of shifted directions. But you're going to kind of see where these aqueducts end up, what all this fresh water is ending up. And, a little bit of a long journey, but as you can see, there's another water wheel over here. It pumps the water, again, it controls the flow. Go down here, and you kind of change directions with the water wheel flowing this way now. And it's pumping the water this way, and it goes into this section, which is basically my waterway that is around the citadel. Okay, and that waterway provides water to the citadel. It provides water to everything else. I also have a little air power air system going on over here that pumps the water and actually is one of the things that makes the things turn. I haven't hooked that all up yet, but I am going to hook it up because I've come up with that concept. That's going to be another innovation. So, yep, I have my aqueducts going on, and as you can see, I have my barracks in the background, and all of it kind of just works together. So tell me what you think. Tell me if you want to see some more innovations. Tell me if you want to see how systems work. I have things like this throughout my whole kingdom, and I just decided I was going to explain this one because I'm kind of proud of it. Again, not a scientist, not an engineer, but it works. And that's the beautiful thing about Minecraft, is you can pretty much take anything that's in your imagination and make it work. So until next time, this is Fire from Firecrafts. See you later. Like and subscribe. Peace.